scissors. Do you have a pair of scissors?
Mail call.
I was beginning to wonder if you'd show up.
I was talking to the new sports editor.
That cute one?
Yeah.
Come
it's
on,
really
my
cute.
mail.
All these are for you.
Oh, well, great. Because I'm a popular kind of guy, you know?
And all these are for me.
Terrific. Fan mail. Oh, here's something I need. This is good.
What's in the box?
I don't know.
Some guy left it for Hogan. Weird.
Aren't you going to open it?
No, be my guest.
Don't mind if I do. TR, you want to give me a hand?
Oh, sure.
So what kind of weird guy left this?
I don't know, Sonny. I mean, maybe he wasn't weird. He was just strange. He had this Spanish accent and a gray beard.
Oh. Here, get
Sunshine.
these scissors to her.
Do us all a favor. Don't move.
Came here today to give you this.
$500,000? Lloyd, you are a sweet, generous man.
Perhaps this will patch up some old wounds.
This could patch up the San Andreas fault.
I have to say, Estelle, it is very good to hear you laugh again.
Is it?
I guess there's no reason carved in stone why we have to be such bitter enemies. After all, that we do have the children to consider, don't
And I
we?
think TR's the only one who could remotely be classified as a child. But I agree, Lloyd. And this is a truly magnificent gesture.
Well, I'm just glad you can accept it in the spirit in which it's offered.
Well, for you to personally bring me one half of the monetary settlement is very, very gracious.
Half?
Well, yes, of course.
Oh, I don't think you understand, Estelle. It's not half. That's the entire settlement. That's all that there will be.
No, this is a very generous check for $500,000. The monetary settlement is $1 million and ownership of the Herald.
You haven't changed a bit.
Now, Lloyd,
Have you?
remember the Riviera, Siena,
Estelle,
Florence,
let
Milan.
me urge you to accept that check as the entire settlement because...
Here, take it back. I think you know what you can do with it. Lloyd, answering your own door? Is it the maid's night out?
Don't have much choice. I'm here all by myself. Didn't plan it that way, but on the other hand, we do have complete privacy.
And where's your lovely bride?
She's taken her grandfather to the airport. Please come in.
Said the spider to the fly.
All I want to do is talk.
Then why, when you telephoned me, did it sound like a demand?
Oh, did it? I certainly apologize for that. I'm just anxious to clear things up.
What things?
Well, I've been thinking very carefully about what you've had to say recently, and I am willing to talk about your demands.
In return for what?
A truce.
Trying to scare me like
Believe me, I'm not joking. Now put it down. And let's all get the hell out of here.
Hogan, what's the big deal? It's just...
TR, no! Leave it alone.
Wait a minute, Spanish accent? You think it was Rivera?
Slowly. Put it down. Now let's go.
Come on, TR, let's go.
A truce. Now, that would be novel for the two of us, wouldn't
Oh,
it?
we have been known to agree from time to time.
Yes, though it's so difficult to remember when.
Really, I can remember several occasions.
Exactly how are we to define a truce?
Well, you set the terms necessary for your settlement, a substantial amount of money and ownership of the Herald. I think it's only fair that I be allowed to name the terms of the truce.
But you've drawn up terms before. You can be quite cruel.
I only want what's best for both of us.
If your idea of a truce means my leaving Henderson, not seeing the children again, then I'm not interested.
Estelle, you are asking for $1 million in cash. Now, don't you think I should be allowed to get something in return for that?
I thought I'd made myself clear, Lloyd. You're getting away with your past.
I've paid for my past. I am completely estranged from both my sons. Chase is in San Diego, Steve is in Boston, and
But you still have
calls.
Teresa. And she does think the world of you, as does your new wife.
I have the feeling that we are talking about those interviews again. Somehow, I can't believe that you would really do that.
I would, Lloyd. Live and in color. Oh, does Liza still own her half of the station? Perhaps she could squash Mr. Garodi's interview.
Yes, perhaps she could. But I wouldn't dream of asking her to do that.
Then you have no choice. Don't worry, Lloyd. You give in to my demands, and I promise that our past remains just that. But that's all I'm promising.
I've made a great many mistakes in my past, I admit that, but I've changed. And I thought you had as well.
You really do believe you've changed, don't you?
I have a relationship now that I can build the rest of my life upon. And I'm fighting as hard as I can to make it work.
And I'm not the only battlefront that you're facing, am I?
It's no secret that there have been difficulties with Turner Instruments, no.
And Hogan McCleary? You're still concerned about him, aren't you?
Not at all.
I mean, the fact that Liza and he are still in love.
That subject is off limits to you. We've been through this before.
Tell me, when does Mrs. Kendall get back?
Well, Stu's plane was delayed by snow, so I suspect she'll be gone for a couple of hours.
Good. Then we can discuss my ideas for a truce.
Help! No! Oh, my God! Help! Somebody! Help! Somebody! Help me! Help! 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 Help!
Joe, what are you doing here?
Cagney. Oh, thank God.
Joe, what's going on? Let me help you up.
Did you see anyone?
No, I just got here.
You were in the house?
No.
He was here.
Who?
The man who killed Sarah in the basement. He's back.
Well, I'll run these through the lab. That's about it.
So forensics didn't find anything?
You don't seem surprised.
Well, let's just say that I'm no stranger to these McClearys and their false alarms.
Any luck?
Hey, whoa, you can read, can't you? Police line, do not cross.
Come on, Lieutenant, this is my office. I just saw the bomb squad put the package in the truck.
They tell you what kind of device it was?
No, they told me that if I left them alone for a few minutes, they would.
Remind me to thank them. How about telling me why you thought there was a bomb in that box?
Recent threat on my life.
Small wonder.
Okay. Do you know the name of the person who threatened you, and what is the threat specifics?
Specific enough for me. Listen, Lieutenant, if I press charges, you going to be able to arrest this guy and hold him?
Depends.
On what?
On whether or not we can prove that this gentleman was actually the one who delivered the bomb.
Oh, no problem there. You got an eyewitness.
Okay.
T.R. Kendall.
Kendall.
It's Kendall.
And the name of the mad bomber?
McCleary, I thought you might want this.
Boom!
Funny.
No real
mess.
explosives. No real explosives. Just a nice gift from a friend.
So But you'll always know where you are in the present before you look to the future, my friend.
Sounds innocent enough.
Yeah, look, it works, too.
Great.
Okay.
Look, you're thinking that there's a bomb in this package. Does this have anything to do with that cyanide business or this picture, sketch you've been handing out around town?
No, I don't think so. All right, so I've stepped on a few toes recently.
Understand, I'm not saying your life wasn't threatened.
But this doesn't constitute proof, yeah.
That's right. Look, do me a favor. Pass the word around. I'm a busy man. I have an important job to do. I can't spend all my time chasing around for invisible bad guys for the McCleary brothers.
So you're expecting me to sign some kind of paper again?
Estelle, if you remember, we were married once. We did trust each other then.
No. I trusted you.
Whatever. All I'm saying is that I think we can work something out.
Work something out? But you're married and hopelessly faithful at
Come
that.
to a fair agreement.
You're still trying to get me to agree to your truce. No, Lloyd.
Estelle, I think you will agree that we both have a tendency to give in to our impulses, which is why we need something like this. So say the word. I'll have Garvey draw up a suitable set of guidelines first thing in the morning.
I wonder if you ever listen to the way you talk.
You know, I really don't want this to turn into an argument.
I don't want to argue either, Lloyd. I just wonder, do you ever hear the way you talk? You draw up an agreement with suitable guidelines. You make it sound like a corporation or two warring nations.
Well?
Well, take your own advice. And remember, yes, we were married once. I shared your bed for years. I had your children.
I have never been able
We were
to
in
forget
love,
that.
Lloyd. Whatever we may feel about it now, we were. And what does it all boil down to in your mind? Guidelines and contracts. Tell me, do you equate your current marriage in those terms?
Hi.
Well, hello, sweetheart. I thought you were working the late shift down at the Herald.
I was, Daddy. But there was some stupid bomb scare.
What?
They had to evacuate the whole building.
You all right?
Oh, yeah, it turned out to be nothing.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to check up on this.
Oh, no, Daddy.
Bomb scare?
What are you doing here?
Oh, Teresa, I thought we were on much better terms now. I thought we'd made such strides since Christmas.
Is Danny here?
No, he's not. Well, tell me, how are the rehearsals going with the orchestra?
Fine.
Good. And when do you actually do the narration? You know, I told you that Peter and the Wolf's a favorite.
I think all the
of mine.
tickets are sold out already.
Do you think perhaps if I talk to the school...
No, I met
they
a
might
friend
be
of
able to-
yours today.
Really? Who is that?
I really can't remember what Sonny and Hogan called him. It was something Spanish. He was very strange. He spoke with an accent. He was the one who left the box that Hogan thought had a bomb in it.
Are you sure you're all right? I mean, he didn't harm you in any way, did he?
No.
Well, don't you worry. Look, do me a favor, will you? Tell your father. We'll have to continue our discussion some other time.
Sure.
Bye-bye, Teresa.
Couldn't see who it was. The flashlight was shining in my face. I tried to climb up, and a hand grabbed my foot. I kicked loose and crawled through the basement.
Mom, it's okay. The man is not here anymore, I promise you.
We don't know that.
Mom.
Everybody all right?
Cagney, honey.
Well,
They took out all the fuses. I put back as many as I could.
Honey, where are the police? We called them over an hour ago.
Don't
Where are
worry.
they?
Don't worry. They're going to get here as soon as they can.
Don't worry.
At this point, I don't think the police are going to do anything more than I've already done.
Are you sure?
Well, I've looked through the basement, I've looked around the house, and I've talked to all the neighbors and told them to look out for anybody suspicious. And
what?
It was all I could do to convince Lieutenant Grant that I wasn't making all this up.
Making this up? I was attacked.
I know that. But Lieutenant Grant figures whoever did it is long gone, so he's not in any rush.
Cagney, there's a murderer on the loose. The whole idea is to get him before he gets away.
And he got away. We don't know what he looks like. And Lieutenant Grant is not looking at this the same way we are.
What other way is there?
Joe, there have been a lot of burglaries in this neighborhood lately.
This was not a burglary.
We don't know that, Suzi. Could have been a coincidence.
You're not serious. No burglar would be looking for valuables in a basement?
Well, maybe he started in the basement, and he started
If
working...
he was a common thief, why was I attacked?
I don't know. Let's just leave these questions for Lieutenant Grant, all right?
Okay, look. We're all shaken up.
All right, so what do we do?
Well, we set down some ground rules, and I think we better start sticking to them. Not let our guard down again. The first one is no one is ever left alone here. Ever. All right?
Estelle.
No, Lieutenant, I don't keep valuables in the basement. Why do you even ask?
You might be aware there have been several burglaries in the neighborhood.
This was not a burglary.
No, it wasn't.
Uh-huh. And who are you?
This is my daughter. Sarah Whiting is mother.
I'm sorry. My condolences.
Thank you. Maybe if you listen to your victims a little bit more, you'll be able to drop that line from your repertoire.
I have to go by the facts.
The fact is, my mother was attacked tonight, probably by the same man that killed my daughter.
The man who killed your daughter died in a shootout.
There's no proof of that, Lieutenant. According to the coroner's report, my daughter was dragged down those stairs. She was pulled by the legs, and then the killer killed her. My mother was pulled that same way tonight.
Was she also held hostage by a bank president?
Now,
a
wait
deranged
just
bank
a
president?
minute, Mr. Hibbert. Never said anything about...
Look, personally, I don't agree with your theory on this crime. However, I do promise you that my department will do everything in their power to find out who got in this house
Well,
tonight.
maybe you could start by taking a plaster cast of the footprints in the snow before it melts.
Is that all?
Look, Lieutenant, we're only asking you
Suzi,
to help.
please, Suzi.
No, I've had enough of McCleary's tonight.
Sir?
Your brother, the reporter, he had us evacuate half of downtown because he thought a clock he got as a present was a bomb.
I give you my word this is not a false remark.
Look, Cagney will fill you in on all the necessary precautions to
Yes,
take care...
he's already done that.
Well, I suggest you follow them then.
I'm going to change that lock on the front door.
Whatever you say. I'm going to bed. Night, girls.
Good night.
Good night.
I'd also like to keep that front door locked at all times.
But, honey, we can't...
Look, I know that Joe and Stu are having a lot of money problems, but I don't think that having their guests identify themselves first is going to drive away business.
Do you really think we can keep this person out?
Yes. We can't take any more chances.
But if you think that...
Suzi, I want us to move out.
Hogan, here.
No, thanks. It was a clock, Sonny.
Yeah, I know.
So did he. He knew exactly what he was doing.
He was just trying to get under your skin.
Well, believe me, he succeeded. I should have known that he would never do anything that stupid or that public, but I fell for it. And I'll keep right on falling for it. He's gonna keep playing with me until one of these days...
Look, I wish you wouldn't say things like that.
I feel trapped.
But you're not. Look, there's got to be something you can do, some way out of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I could always kill him first.
That's not what I meant.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Just wait around for him to kill me?
You've gone completely out of your mind.
You are never to talk to my daughter again.
She's a very beautiful girl.
You're not to go near her, or even mention her again. Do you understand that?
What makes you think you have control over
Don't
me?
push me, Rivera. I may have an agreement with you, and you may have been able to do anything you wanted in San Marcos, but not here, and not where my daughter's concerned.
I like it. A lioness protecting her cow.
A lioness would be gentle compared to what I'll do if you ever come near my daughter again.